Hello, guys. I know it's been a while since we posted a video, but here we are.
Yes.
Seneca, do you want to tell them where we are and you want to share what we have going on in our lives today?
Sure. We in Washington State
Home, we're home.
finally made it back, and we're no longer owner operators. We're done.
Out. We're out of the game. All right, so there's a lot to unpack and there is a lot to share with you guys. Like I said, it's been a while since we posted a video. Life got crazy. Uh, Life got pretty busy for us, and
Hmm.
yeah, so here we are today. Anyways, like Seneca said, we are no longer owner operators. We are out of the game. Um,
Yes.
As some of you guys know, if you watch our previous videos, you guys know that I had a slip and fall accident on the road, and it forced me to get out of the truck. And
Hmm.
for us, we got into trucking because it was something that we wanted to do something together, something that was going to allow us to spend more time together. And due to my health situation, I was not able to be in the truck anymore. I had to get out to get medical assistance, and there was just no hope for me getting back in the truck with Seneca anymore. Like, I just knew it wasn't going to happen. It's been almost a year since all of that happened, and I'm still going to treatment. I'm still getting treated.
Hmm.
Still trying to decide if they're gonna do surgery on my shoulder or not. So it's been a long process. It's been a long recovery process, and nothing, not much has changed ever since this happened. So for that reason, we made the decision that it was better for us to just regroup in one place and for Seneca to get a local job
Yay.
as a driver.
Yes.
So I got out of the truck in May. I came home to Washington State where my family is. And Seneca stayed out of the on the road after that for
Um,
how long?
it was about 5 months, 5 more months.
5 more months.
Yeah, because you went down
In May.
in
I left
May,
in May.
and
Yeah.
I didn't come back until the end of October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he stayed on the road for like another 5 months after I left, and then he
Hmm.
came home in October, and here we are. This is our home here in Washington, and
Hmm.
we are pretty happy that we made the changes that we made. So once we found out that there was no hope for me getting back in the truck with Seneca, we said, okay, we invested in the trucking industry because we wanted to be able to spend more time together, and now it's just not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen. So we said, all right, then we gotta change the situation basically. So Seneca came home, and we, came up with a plan on what we was going to do next, and it was that he was going to look for a job, a local job. We was very specific on what he was going to look for. We said nothing that is regional, nothing that is over the road, like it's local, and he must be home every night, or else
Hmm.
we're not taking it.
Mm-mm.
And we got so blessed that that's what we ended up with. So you want to tell them about your job,
Yeah.
your new job?
I'm a garbage truck driver, dump truck driver. Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job. It's only 5 minutes away.
Literally.
Literally 5 minutes.
The yard is 5 minutes away from our house where he has to pick up the truck.
Yes, yeah. So it pays more than what I was making at Warner, and I don't even drive 100 miles the whole day. I don't drive 100 miles the whole day. It pays way more than what I was making at Warner. Um, and the hours are perfect. The hours are perfect. Yeah, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm off anywhere between 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it works for me. No weekends. It's just Monday through Friday, and yeah, it's really convenient. You know, the other employees, they're cool. My supervisors, they're good. So it works out. It works out. I get to come home every night.
You get to sleep on your bed every night.
Every
Yay.
night. Get to sleep with my wife every night. And not just phone conversations and videos.
Yeah, that was we
Yeah.
did that for almost 5 months.
It was 5 months of that.
Where he was out there on the road all over the place, and I was over here, back in Washington, getting our house back from. I had a tenant in the house, so we was getting the house back from the tenant, fixing it up, getting it ready for him to come home, and here we are today, guys.
It's nice. It's a nice setup.
It's a very nice, a very nice.
Yeah, but to get back to the job, I like it. I like it. It's much better than what I was doing previously as far as being an owner operator. So the stress levels are way lower. Way lower. I don't have to talk to any more brokers or anything like that.
Let me tell you, not having to get those phone calls at 4 in the morning, because my time was different from where Seneca was, and I was having to answer phone calls at like 4 in the morning from brokers and this and that, and I am so happy that I don't have to do that anymore. I am so happy that I don't have to hear my phone ring at 4 in the morning, 3:40 in the morning. That's just a blessing. You don't gotta talk to the brokers anymore. You don't gotta deal with none of that stuff. We don't gotta deal with the maintenance, the loads, the brokers,
the fuel prices.
The fuel prices.
I don't have to walk in Love's and I'm saying, hey, I got a flat tire, and they quote me at $600 for one tire. Those days are over. God forbid if I need two, and that happened, two at the same time.
So again, like with everything, there's good and there's bad. We are so grateful that we was able to get into the industry of trucking, and both of us learned so much from doing what we did.
At the end of the day, it was still a good experience.
Yeah, it was a
good
great
experience.
Yeah.
It set me up for this job, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have got the job if I wasn't in my previous position. I know that for a fact. That played a role, because anybody that runs a company, they're looking at this guy like he's responsible.
Yeah.
He's responsible. If nothing else, he know how to drive trucks. He knows the safety protocols and the rules, and he has an understanding of it. And I had competition, for that position, but I beat the competition, and they roll a dice on me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, guys. So for, like I said, for us, it was a great learning experience, and it gave Seneca the over the road experience that a lot of these local jobs require you to have 1 year, 2 years, 3 years of over the road experience driving trucks, and thanks to everything that we did within trucking, being owner operators, is what landed Seneca this job now. And the schedule is perfect. It's Monday through Friday. Like he said, he's home by like no later than 4 o'clock every day. The weekends off. Friday is a short day.
Oh, yeah.
Fridays he's home by like no later than 2 o'clock. So it's like the perfect job for us, like for our situation. Your living situation might be different than ours. Your expenses might be different than ours. Like we have a really, really low living expenses where we are, because we own the house. Our mortgage is less than $1,000 a month, and we don't have any debt. Like we have zero debt. Like cars are paid off. We don't have any like consumer debt of any type. So for us, the job was like the ideal, and it pays good. Do you want to tell them how much you're going to be making?
80,
So he
eighty
said,
thousand.
almost about $80,000 per year, and it's a Monday through Friday,
To,
job, local
to
job where he gets to be home every single night.
80,000 to pick up trash. Who would have thought? Who would have thought it? But
Yeah,
yeah, it's a good gig. I mean, and it's just so convenient.
it's
It's
so
convenient for me.
convenient. Yeah, the yard where he has to pick up the truck is literally like 5 minutes from the house.
Yep.
So super close, and all he does is drive around in circles.
I drive around. That's it. Drive around, pick up trash cans. The guy who you see picking up your trash at your house or wherever you stay at, and he has the arm that lifts, that stretches out, and it picks up the trash can, then it dumps it over in the truck. That's what I do.
That's Seneca now.
That's what I do. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't got to deal with these brokers. I don't have to deal with everything that comes along with it. The disrespectful rates. Very disrespectful rates.
Yeah.
But and the thing is like it got worse. Like
Yeah.
since she left the truck
It got
all
so
the way
much
up to
worse.
October.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in May you could kind of work with it. By the time it hit October, it was like I'm at dry van rates,
Yeah.
and I'm a step deck driver. The rate's supposed to be like at least a dollar difference.
Yeah.
But when the rates drop that far, it's like, man, I might as well just come back home.
It just doesn't make sense.
Just go get a job.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, like I said, everybody's situation is different. So your situation might be different than ours. Ours might be different than the next guy.
Mhm.
So, for us, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense anymore. You guys know our equipment is paid off. So you might think, well, you don't need to get a lot of money to make money because your equipment is paid off. Yes, you are correct. However, we didn't get into trucking to just break even. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it was just not making sense financially. It was just not making sense for us anymore. It was not making any sense to sacrifice so much time away from each other for
Mhm.
that little bit of money. Like it just wasn't compensating anymore for us.
Not at all.
Not at all. So it might be, it might be working for somebody else. The low rates might be, fine for you, for the next driver, whatever, because your situation might be different. But for us, it just didn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
And,
Go ahead.
sorry. So, within any business, you gotta know when to pull out. Like you gotta know. You gotta have that understanding. When to pull out. You gotta make smart choices and know that if it's time to call it quits, then that's what you do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with it. You did it. You tried. Now you know.
Yep.
And I will say that for if you're a new driver, if you're brand new CDL driver, brand new out of school, and you're trying to get a local job, because I feel like a lot of the drivers, that's what they want. They want a local job where they can be home every night with their families.
Mhm.
So if that is your goal, if that's what you're trying to do, you're gonna have to sacrifice things at the beginning. You're gonna have to go over the road. You're gonna have to be away from your family. You're gonna have to be gone, weeks at a time. You're gonna have to do a lot of things, but take us as an example of everything that we did, everything that we went through, and today I can say that we're better than ever because we are back home where this is where we're from. We have, we are our own home over here, and then Seneca has the job that is ideal for us in our situation.
Mhm.
And he was able to get this job thanks to all of the experience that he gained by
Yeah.
first Warner and then having our own business. So what would you tell like new drivers that want a local job? They want to be home every night, but it's almost near impossible to get those when you're fresh out of school. What's your advice for them?
My advice would be you got to earn your stripes. You have to earn your stripes.
Yeah.
It's really the scenario is, can I get a local job and get paid. Now, if you want to get paid and still be local, then you need experience.
How many experiences do you need?
You need experience, endorsements or whatever. But that's really what it comes down to. And going over the road is you get a lot of points when it comes to like employers or local.
Yeah, yeah.
They look at that and they look at how long you've been over the road or even regional,
Mm-hmm.
but preferably over the road. Even when I came in, I was told the same thing. Like if you want to get a good paying job, you know, as far as being in the trucking industry, you got to go over the road.
Yeah.
You have to go over the road at some point. Now, if your situation is you just want to make 55,000 or 60,000, okay, that's fine, you know, and you want to just be local. It's out there. It's not so many of them, but it is there. But you know, my advice would be earn your stripes. Earn your stripes. I know it's painful. Trust me, it's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful. It's frustrating and everything that comes with it. You know, missing your family or your house or a warm bed, your spouse or whatever. But you gotta earn them stripes. You gotta take the pain.
Yeah.
Understand what type of game you're getting into. And it's not like them YouTube videos that people make. It don't be pretty. Nigga, it's grimy out here. Grimy.
And when we try with every video that we made, we try showing you the good, the bad, the ugly, the non-sexy, the filthy, everything,
Yeah.
like everything, because it's nothing glamorous about being out there like that on the road.
It gets real grimy.
Yeah, and but like again, we're also showing you the I guess you could say the reward of sacrifices.
Mhm.
Like now we are home. And our situation is so much better now. Like the situation is the ideal for us now.
It's kind of like what the end goal was. Anyway, even when we was out there, we still was gonna come back at some point.
Not the soon as we did, but we was gonna come back.
We were supposed
next
to come
year.
back in like spring of 24.
Yeah, yeah.
But when she got injured at the truck stop, I don't want to say no names.
Yeah.
At the truck stop, it pushed everything forward, and it threw the scheduling off. So then we had a new situation we had to deal with
Yeah.
that came out of the blue. Two adults, life happens.
Yeah.
You got to make your adjustments and just
And-
you got to roll with it and understand what's going on. And the situation was she had to come home and I had to stay out until the tenant left.
Yeah.
And that's what it came down to. So
Yeah, so again, you do make a lot of sacrifices, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get rewarded with what you are trying to accomplish. If you push hard enough and just understand that the plan that you make at the beginning, it might not work all the way through. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
gotta be willing to make adjustments as you go, and that's what we did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we
Yeah,
had
just-
to do.
it just at the end of the day, you got injured, and it just pushed the date. It sped everything up real fast when we didn't want to speed it up.
Yeah.
But we deal with it. So,
Yeah.
and that's all that happened. And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. I got all this experience. I got a job in less than a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put how many applications I put? I put out 26 applications. I got. It only took me 2 interviews to get a job. One interview, I didn't want the job really, so I kind of I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bombed the interview a little bit.
We was just trying to see what was
But
out there.
the thing
for
is,
you.
like, then the guy who was interviewing me, he said I'm going to be a floater, and that means I'm not going to have constant work,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be all over the place, day shift, night shift, and whenever they call me, I just gotta just hop and pop and just be at the location or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't want that.
No, we're not.
I'm worth more than that. Trying to be a part-time truck driver,
Yeah.
basically.
No.
And the second job was the one I got. They called me back. I spoke to the HR representative. Then I spoke to the both supervisors over the phone. Got an interview. I felt like I aced that interview because I got practice from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I aced this one. I'm like, hey, I did good. I answered all the questions. You know, I was engaged, and feel like I said all the right. I didn't say all the right things. I said most of the right things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, and I told my wife, I was just like, I did good. It's up to them. I did good on this interview, so it's up to them now.
Yeah.
And they called me back the next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we was really hoping for that job. Like we was actually,
Yeah.
I was actually praying for that job. Even before Seneca came back home, you know, I was telling him, okay, you know, like I've been researching, you know, the local jobs, and these are the ones that are like literally like right up around, you know, from across from the house almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, these are the ones that you should apply, and I really hope that you get this one. And it's funny because that's the one that he got. You
Yeah.
know, and it's the one that we wanted. You know, full benefits, retirement package, you know, everything. Your 401k, medical,
All of
dental,
that stuff.
life insurance, everything that you know that comes with a good paying job, and you know, perfect schedule. You know, the money. It works for us, you know, what he's going to be making, it's more than what we need, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to pay our, you know, for our living expenses. Like I said, for some of you, you know, $80,000 might not be enough, depending on how, you know, high your living expenses are.
These days,
Yeah, yeah,
things are so high.
yeah.
I can understand what if
Yeah.
somebody made that
Like
statement.
if you have a family, you know,
Yeah.
you have kids, and like you guys know that we don't have, you know, children at home, and like our expenses are really low. So for
Mhm.
that reason, like for us, it's like way more than what we need, you know.
Oh yeah.
So for us, it works, and we're happy that it, you know, that it happened. So,
Mhm.
and as you guys can probably see, our truck is
Uh-oh.
parked. Can they see it?
I don't know.
They can probably see it back there. They can see something blue out there.
That blue object back there, that's the truck. It's in front of the
The
house.
truck. So we have the truck parked here at the house, and then we have the trailer parked at a truck stop near the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are selling all of our equipment. If anybody is looking to purchase a truck, a step deck, let us know. So everything is for sale. We actually just posted it.
Mm-hmm.
You posted the sign on the step deck?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
just posted it for sale. The truck, the trailer, all of the all of
All the
all
equipment,
of the equipment for
chains, the straps,
yeah,
the
for loan
binders,
securement. Yeah.
dunnage, tarps,
All of that is included
The-
with the trailer.
the whole starter pack for the step
Yeah,
deck.
yeah. So if any of you guys are looking to purchase, you guys know that we purchased our truck from from the fleet department from Warner. So it has all of the maintenance and everything from the fleet department. So still has pretty low miles. How many miles does it have?
On the truck,
Yeah.
470,000.
So 470,000
Yeah.
miles is a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia DD15.
Yeah.
All right. And the 53 step deck for sale.
Yeah.
Everything for sale. If anybody's looking for one, just let us know. Send us a message, and then you'll just have to come pick it up in Washington State.
Yeah. Come get it.
Please take it.
Come get it.
And we're like, just take it. Take everything.
Yeah.
We don't want to see none of that anymore.
Yeah. I just turned the truck on today, so
Yeah.
it's been sitting for like 2 weeks. You know, every once in a while I want to just start it.
Yeah.
You know, periodically to get
Make
sure
sure
things
that-
flowing and whatever.
Yeah.
You start right up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, those are the news that we wanted to share with you guys. So that is what we have going on. You know, moving forward towards the future, you know, the plans that we have is hopefully I will have surgery on my shoulder, you know, sometime by next year. And my plan is to start a business here where we are in the hair industry. You guys know, a lot of you guys know that I'm a hairstylist, I'm a barber, so I am looking into opening a hair salon here in town. So those are the plans for me. I don't know that I'm gonna work there or not, or if I'm just gonna have somebody, working for me, due to my shoulder situation. But it all depends on how much they fix up my shoulder. So
Hmm.
we shall see. But that's so far that's the plan for me. And Seneca already has his job, and yeah, we are just getting settled here in Washington.
Yeah.
We've been gone from Washington for a minute, so coming back, it's totally
Feels good.
it feels good. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the families here, like literally all my family lives like my sister right next door to me.
Yeah.
Everybody on the same same street, same block. So it's been good. It's been
Hmm.
good so far, so good. But that's what we wanted to share with you guys. We hope that if you're out there, hopefully the rates will go up eventually for whoever decided to stay within trucking. For us, it just wasn't working anymore. But we hope nothing but the best for it, for everybody out there.
Yeah.
And with the crazy weather and the snow and all of that stuff, we just don't miss Seneca being out there. Like I mean, like you wasn't out there like that, not with when we had our business, but just
Yeah.
thinking about those things is just
Well,
very stressful.
last winter, we was on the East Coast, the Southeast.
Yeah,
So between Georgia, Florida,
yeah.
Mississippi, places like that.
So we didn't have to deal with the weather so
Yeah.
much. It was just
No.
maybe a couple times, but it was nothing bad.
Just a couple times.
Yeah, but yeah, if you guys are out there in the Wyoming mountains and Montana and all of that, like
Jeez.
be safe. Like I feel for you, and just keep in mind that if you got in with a plan, and hopefully you can follow the path, and you will get your reward at the end. Just keep pushing. Like that's literally that's all you have to do. For us, this is we made plans one way, and then this is what ended up happening due to everything that we already mentioned.
Mhm.
So, but for us it works. It's just the two of us, so it's easier for us to make things work pretty much anywhere than it will be for somebody with a family and kids and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, guys. So that's what's going on here with
Mhm.
us. Anything else you want to share, Seneca? You have any other news?
Any other news? You heard it all. You heard the news.
What are your thoughts about the trucking industry moving forward, like for 2024? What do you think is going to happen?
To be honest, I don't see it changing. From my understanding, a lot of truck drivers, they usually, even guys that's more experienced than me, they say things don't stay this way for long. Usually, it's about a year. I would say it's a recession going on right now. It's a trucking recession,
I agree.
and I've been researching, and everything indicates that it is. Yeah, a lot of truckers, they can sit up here and say whatever. It's a recession going on, and I don't see it changing no time soon. Not even in 24, because it has gotten even worse.
Yeah, yeah.
The rates got worse, and the fuel prices are not letting up. If anything, they're going up. They're going right back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like it's a recession going on, especially for owner operators. I can't speak for mega carriers and company drivers or whatnot. Everything I say is based on an owner operator
Owner-operators, yeah.
perspective.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is, anybody who want to just start being an owner operator right now, I say wait.
man.
Wait,
Yeah.
and you may have to wait maybe two more years, maybe 3.
Who
I,
knows?
I don't see no let up. If anything, I would say this is the new normal.
It might be. It might
This
be.
might be the new normal, because when we got in, the rates you could work with it. It was
Yeah.
kind of like you could work with it.
They were like we was getting like $3, a little bit over
Yeah.
$3, like between $3.50 per mile.
It was
And when we got out, it was like literally like $1.
no, we was fighting for $2.
Yeah.
Most of it was like
Yeah.
below $2.
Yeah, it was
Then-
got bad.
Then it turned into a point where most of the loads, for step deck at least, started to go under $2. It was like 180, and they want you to go 700 miles, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know how much fuel I'm going to spend?
Mm-hmm.
then when I crunch the numbers and do the math, it's almost like I could be a company driver and make this.
Yeah, yeah. They were trying to pay owner
Yeah.
operators, company drivers rates
Yeah.
basically, and that just again, our equipment is paid off, so we could have been like, all right, we're still making a little bit of money, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? Like we didn't get into trucking just to break even every month. Like that's not, that's not how you make money. I
Yeah,
guess.
once you get to that point where you're breaking even every month
Yeah,
and
you
for
gotta do
multiple
that.
months at a time, it's time to change the plan.
Yeah.
And yes, I know being an owner operator, even I can account for making large amounts of money per month.
Mm-hmm.
But if anything happens or if the market is bad, all that money you made,
I'm going to spend it all.
you really didn't
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
You probably make the same thing as a high paying company driver.
Yeah, literally.
Or even a regular paid company driver.
You just don't gotta deal with all of the
You
stress
just-
of
Yeah.
maintenance and
Yeah, company
brokers
drivers, they don't got to deal with the fuel prices.
Mhm.
They don't got to deal with, the truck breakdown, how they're going to fix it, which shop they're going to go to.
Yeah.
They don't have to deal with none of these things. So, and that, they don't got to deal with the brokers also and all the disrespectful rates. So, yeah, I mean.
And so that was another thing that for us, we being here in Washington State, I believe the Washington State is I want to say they're the second or the third with the highest fuel prices.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like literally like around $6 a gallon. Like you tell me how in the hell can you make money when you're paying almost $6 a gallon and the brokers are paying or trying to pay you like $2 a mile? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Even when I got here, before I got hired,
Mm-hmm.
I was still taking loads,
Yeah.
but the loads had to make perfect sense. And if they didn't make sense, I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Because now I'm at the point where I got to keep coming back home. And
Empty.
empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could try to get something back, from the point of the drop off, but coming back home,
The
Yeah,
more
it wasn't
odds
working.
that you're gonna get something.
yeah,
Coming back
the
home.
odds of me
Yeah.
getting something good coming back or
Yeah.
above $2, $2 coming back was, very slim, especially for some of the places I had some of my drop offs.
Yeah. So here in Washington State, it's a good cold state, so cold and rainy. So the loads for step deck, flatbed, there's not much of that here. This is a produce state basically because we have all the farmers and all of that stuff here. But anyway, so for step deck, flatbed, there was just not much. There was just not much. And when he got here, he ended up, doing some runs, and it was, like from here to like somewhere in Oregon.
Yeah,
or
I was at the bottom of Oregon.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah, and things like that. But it was
Spokane.
like he literally had it to make sure that he was paying enough to do a round trip because he was going to have to come back home empty, basically.
The trips had to make sense where I made $2
At least
all the way
$2.
around, all the way around, from there and back. The loads is paying $4 actually
A mile.
per mile. They was
Yes.
paying a little bit over $4 per mile. So when I did the math, the pickup, drop off, then deadhead back, I was still sitting above $2 per mile, and that was the only reason why I took them.
Yeah.
Really,
So
but it was just a lot to be doing, and I'm coming back deadhead, 400 miles, or 300 miles, 200 or whatever. I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
I really got to. It reminded me why we need to shut this down because it's really not working anymore now.
Yeah. So we just knew that it was just not going to be. It was just not going to happen. Making it work from here, from Washington State, it was just not going to happen because there is no loads for step deck here. Not as many.
I mean, not in this season.
Yeah.
Summer come around, it could be something totally different. But as of right now, it was like it's winter time.
Yeah.
Construction is shutting down. Not so much construction, let's just say that. So that's like a lot of my loads gone.
Yeah.
So now I got to depend on other, equipment being hauled.
So that was also another reason on why we said, like it's just not gonna, we're not gonna be able to make it work from here. So You know, and with him taking, you know, some of the loads that he was taking from here, he was, you know, still having to be gone. Yeah, he was coming home like the next day or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, but
Yeah.
we're like, so you're still gonna have to be, you know, out of the house
Yeah.
and you know, deal with this. So it was just like, you know what? Let's just call it quits. You know,
Yeah.
we had to sit on it, you know, and think about it, you know, a lot to make sure that we, you know, that we was sure that we was making the right decision for us, you know,
Mhm.
and that's what we did. So it was,
Yeah.
you know, just what we needed to do for us, you know, basically.
Yeah, the loads had to make sense.
And they were not making.
They were making no more sense
they
to
were
me.
not making sense
Whether
anymore.
it was local, regional,
Yeah.
obviously over the road, it don't make sense anymore for owner operators. At least in our situation. So I can't. I mean, I can't even imagine what everybody else is going through. And you know, step deck and flatbeds is one of, you know, it pays a little bit more than dry van. So I can't even imagine what dry van is.
I don't even want to think about
and what they're going through.
dry van or power only. Like I don't even want to think about what they're doing right now. Like that's just if we was
It's probably worse.
yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. And again, you know, we can only speak, you know, on our own situation, guys. Like, don't come over here, you know.
No, let them come.
Don't come over here
I like the
attacking
comments.
everything we say. So if you're out there and you're making great money, however you're making it, you know, good for you. If you have any direct contracts or direct shippers, great, good for you. It doesn't work for everybody, so we can only speak on our situation and what we know.
The thing is, like, even between all the videos we ever made, nobody never really told us how much money or how good they're doing. So whenever we make videos, it's almost like they understand. It's like they're going through the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's very, I can recall not one time where somebody was just like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm making this amount of money. I never recall not one comment like that.
There was a few that they were like, no, we're making, and I was like, God bless you. Because,
but out of thousands of comments.
Yeah.
So that's the small few that's actually doing well.
And that's why I'm saying, you know, we're only speaking on our situation. You know, if yours is different and you're making it, you know, you're killing it out there, more power to you. We're happy for you and God bless you for that. But, you know, for us, it just wasn't working out anymore, like I said. And that's it, you know,
it don't make sense.
Yeah, just started to, you know, just make the changes that we needed to make, and that's what we did. You know, that's what we did. So
go be a company driver, man, and just avoid the headaches.
you know, just like how being an owner operator is not for everybody. Same thing, you know, being a company driver might not be for everybody, you know, but it's all about what you want and what you need. You know, for us, the ideal was to be local and be home every night. If I can't be on the truck with him anymore, like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he just, you know, it killed the excitement of, you know, us. We was doing something together. We was enjoying it. We was having fun doing it. We was having fun. We was making money. Like, it was good. And then, you know, after what happened with me, it was just like, I lost interest on anything because I had to regroup myself basically to focus on my health. Like I was dealing with so much now. I was not able to drive. I was like barely able to move on my own. I was like struggling a lot. I needed like so much like help, and you know, I had to like focus on myself, and it took all of the focus from trucking. Like I just couldn't be part of it anymore.
Like she at a certain point she didn't even call for loads anymore.
No,
she didn't want to deal with the brokers anymore. Which was understandable. You know, you're going through all of this or whatever with the treatments or whatever, and I was like, I got it. Yeah. So I was the dispatch and the driver.
Yeah, he had to do it all on his own, you know, towards the end, and I was just like, I'm sorry, like, I just can't do it. Like, you know, I gotta stay focused on myself. You know, doctors over here telling me, like, don't stress. You gotta avoid any type of stress because you only, you know, it makes everything worse with your neck and your shoulder. And I'm like, how can I not stress when I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with you know, with the business? So I literally had to like separate myself from the business in order for
Completely.
me completely in order for
Yeah.
me to, focus on myself and my health.
Yeah,
And
it defeated the whole purpose.
it did. It did.
Like she was out of the truck, and the reason why we started the business just so we could be together, and
Yeah.
because working at Warner, the same thing was happening.
Yeah.
The same thing happened at Warner. We was not seeing each other at all.
Like weeks at a time.
Yeah, like weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Fast forward, then it up to this point, then it turned into months at a time.
Yeah.
Went 5 straight months.
Yeah, and that was hard. That was so hard, guys. Like, being for you guys that are married, like it was so hard being away from my husband, for that long. And honestly, like I was just, at home just popping pills like left and right, for all kinds of things, pain medication, depression, anxiety, like all these things that the whole my situation was, bringing to me, And then knowing that on top of that, I have my husband somewhere in some random state, by himself, and dealing with everything on his own. Like it was a lot. Like it got pretty intense for me because of what I was already dealing with, and being away from him like that. It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah,
like
and
5 months of dealing with that
Yeah,
stuff.
and I gotta hear it,
Yeah.
over the phone or
Yeah.
video chat, all the pain she's in, and the treatments and the doctors, and
Yeah.
just everything that comes along with it, the pill popping,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
For anybody that deals with chronic pain, because that's what this is turning into now. It affects a lot of other areas of your life. It's not just you dealing with pain, but it affects your mood, your everything. Like you start feeling, one day you feel sad, one day you feel angry, one day you feel sad, one day you feel angry, one day you feel happy because like one day you're in so much pain, the next day you're high on pills and you feel happier, but then you go back to feeling the pain, and now you're dealing with depression because you can't do anything on your own. Like it was a lot. Like it was a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot better now. Like I had to push really hard, to get out of that hole and get through everything. And now that he's home, it's a lot better. Like
yeah,
I'm in a better place today, and it's good. Like life is good again.
yeah,
for us.
just
So
takes a toll on me mentally knowing that I was out there
Yeah.
and she's not protected.
yeah.
She's out here not by herself. She got family everywhere,
Yeah. But without you, it was,
I was not here.
I had to relay like so much on my daughter because my daughter is the one that lives here in this town. My son lives a couple hours from here, but I had to relay so much on my daughter, for everything, like
Yeah,
taking me to the doctor. I couldn't even drive because I couldn't even move my neck for a long time. So
Mhm.
it was very stressful, having to put all of that on her because he's not here. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm
And it bothered my mental when I was out there knowing that all of this is going on, and she got to handle all of these things on top of the fact that I still got to run loads and,
yeah.
and call, speak to brokers and deal with the freight, the industry shifting, getting even worse on top of my wife being hurt and injured. And I was like, man, I got to get back to the house.
Yeah.
I got to get back to Washington, period.
Seriously, and that's what we had to do. We, got all of our stuff, from Washington to here. The little bit of
Yeah.
stuff that we had, we didn't have a lot, so we have everything here now. So we, recently got the house furnished, and now we got everything we needed in here. So
Yeah, the stuff in the storage in Florida, I just threw it all in the truck. So I was riding in the truck with all the stuff that we had left.
which it wasn't a lot,
it
but
wasn't
it was
that much, but it was
a
like
lot to have him in
all
the
this
truck.
extra clothing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
jewelry or whatever you wanted. It's like
Yeah.
everything was just in the truck.
Yeah. So I was like, just go over there, go back to Florida, grab everything, throw away whatever we don't use, and whatever we need to bring home, just throw it
Yeah.
in the truck and just bring it home. And that's what he did. So.
Yeah, I just remember it was just so hot in that storage, and it was nighttime, and I'm out there, just throwing all this stuff into the truck. The best TVs,
Yeah.
70-inch TVs, and stuffed it in the truck. I slept next to the TV for months.
It was just him and the TV.
Then the other TV was on the top bunk.
Yeah, we had two TVs in the truck that he
Yeah.
was bringing home. So, yeah, it was
Computers and
yeah, it was a lot, but you know, we made it work and made it happen, and you know, now, like I said, I'm in a better place now because he's here. You know, mentally, physically, I'm in a better place, and so happy that he's home again. You know, that we're back
Yeah.
together again. So.
it's great.
Yeah, it was a really difficult, you know, last few months, you know, and that was the reason why I couldn't make myself, you know, post anything, record any videos. I wanted to keep, you know, updating you guys on what was happening, but I was dealing with my own, you know, issues, and I just didn't have it in me to
Yeah,
do that.
I told her, I was like, man, just go home and get better.
Yeah.
That's your job. Don't worry about nothing else. Just get better. The whole reason for you returning to Washington really was just, you know, for the treatment and get better.
Yeah.
That was the main objective. Everything else was going to work itself out, but
Yeah.
you know, she had to get better. So
And yeah, you know, like I said, the situation is better now. So,
Mhm.
and where we are with that is, the lawyer already got the truck stop to take, you know, I guess blame or
Accountability.
accountability to
Yep.
take accountability for what happened. So they basically say, yeah, we're responsible for it. I mean, we had all the proofs, you know, that what happened was what happened. I had a statement from the manager of the store that she saw, you know, what happened and everything. So they took accountability for it, and they're basically just waiting for, you know, my doctor to say, you know, this is all we can do for her. You know, she's gonna need, you know, medication for the rest of her life. She's gonna need assistance. She's gonna need whatever, you know, or we can do surgery and she'll be fine. You know, either or. So that's what we're waiting for.
waiting on the doctor.
We're just waiting on the doctor. You know, so right now my lawyer, you know, said that, listen, if you want us to settle, you know, right now we can get you a good, you know, chunk of money, whatever that means. I didn't even ask what we, you know, we was talking about or anything. She said we can do that, or we can continue to wait and, you know, finish up and treatment and see what the doctor says, you know, with the surgery. And because I care about my body, my health, my, you know, not the money, so I told her, I said, no, I gotta get my shoulder fixed, you know.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna settle anything until my shoulder gets fixed.
Yeah.
So that's what we're waiting for as of right now. So we should see what's the end, you know, what's the outcome of that gonna be. Like, I have no idea. But
Oh, they're gonna pay for it. They're gonna pay a
Yeah.
hefty price.
yeah, they had thrown some numbers out there, like big numbers, but like I said, I'm not willing to settle anything until my shoulder is fixed, because that's the main concern for me. I want to be able to have a normal life again and be able to function and move and do the things that I do, you know, that I used to do without being in so much pain. So we shall see.
Yeah, she was active. She used to be in the gym all the time, curling and
Yeah.
doing all types of things. Now she got to slow down.
No, I can't. You know,
know?
there's so much that I can't do, you know, the same way I used to before, and you know, always in pain, and that's not how I want to be living my life. So we should see. Some, you know, it should be settled sometime next year. But yeah, we'll share the information with you guys when we have more. So,
Yeah.
anyways, anything else you want to share, Stan?
Good luck, y'all. Good luck to everybody out there.
On the snow.
These gas prices, the food prices, everything's out of control. You buy a car, it's overpriced. The house is overpriced.
Everything is overpriced.
Everything's overpriced.
Yeah.
I said good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Stay focused.
Yeah.
You know, and everything is seasonal.
Yeah.
You know, you live your life in seasons. Some people years, but nothing lasts forever, even if it's bad. So
Literally, like nothing is it's forever. Like if your situation is bad right now, if you're stuck in the snow in the mountains somewhere, like nothing is forever. Just keep that in mind. You know, keep pushing. You know, stay positive. Try to stay healthy, and you know things will change. You know, just keep pushing, man. Like that's all you gotta do.
after winter comes spring. That means change will come eventually.
That's it. Yeah.
Lauren Hill.
Oh, oh my goodness. All right, with all of that being said, we love you guys. We miss you guys. We miss connecting with you guys. I miss being out on the road. I miss waking up in different states, in different cities. I miss the smell of pee at the parking, at the truck stop.
Smell like gas and piss. That's what it smells like.
I miss waking up to the smell of pee every morning out there on the truck stops of the parking lot. The parking lot of the truck stops. I miss all of that. I miss the action. But like I said, we made a plan and God had a different plan for us. Mm-hmm. And this is what it is for us today. But we are blessed and we are happy to be where we are today. And we wish you guys nothing but the best out there. Stay safe, keep pushing, and don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Hopefully things will get better for you guys. For us, that was it. Like this was it. And we're okay with that.
Yeah.
But we wish you guys nothing but the best out there. And we will see you guys on the next video. I will continue to post. Now that Seneca's here, now that he's home, I'm gonna be posting some videos about Seneca driving the garbage truck and running his routes and things like that. Yeah. And that will be the next video that I'm gonna make. So we will see you guys on the next one, and happy holidays to all of you guys. We love you, and thank you so much for all the love that you guys always show for our channel.
Yeah.
On the next one.